Welcome to the deep dive. You're tuning in because you want to get up to speed quickly, and today we're really digging into the 2025 Kawasaki Versys 1100 SELT. It's a brand new adventure tour that's definitely making some waves.
Absolutely. We've got a detailed review here, and our mission really is to pull out the most important nuggets for you. We want to get past just the specs and understand what makes this bike tick.
Right, how it actually performs, the design choices, the tech involved.
Exactly. And ultimately figure out where it fits in that premium adventure touring market. What makes it stand out?
Okay, so let's unpack this. The review starts off calling the Versys 1100 SELT a redefinition of the adventure tour. That's quite a statement.
It is. It suggests Kawasaki is really targeting riders who wanted all versatility, serious comfort, and the latest tech.
So not just off-road focus then, more of an all-rounder.
That seems to be the core idea. The review emphasizes those three things: versatility, comfort, technology. It needs to handle long tours, sure, but also be practical for, say, your daily commute.
A true jack of all trades, maybe.
Kind of, yeah. And built around some key elements. A strong engine, lots of electronics, that semi-active suspension we keep hearing about, and practical touring features.
So it's about finding that balance, performance when you want it, but practical enough for the long haul.
That's the tightrope they're walking, according to the review. Excitement and usability hand in hand.
All right, let's get into the heart of the matter, the specs. What's under the hood, so to speak?
Okay, so we're looking at a 1043cc liquid-cooled inline-four. That's a pretty solid base.
Inline-four, known for being smooth, right?
Generally, yes. Very smooth power delivery, which is great for touring. The numbers are 118 horsepower at 9,000 RPM, and torque is 79 pound-feet at 7,500 RPM.
Okay. And how's that power delivered? Is it peaky?
Well, the key thing mentioned is the tuning. It's apparently focused on low to mid-range power, so you get that grunt where you use it most, pulling out of corners, cruising, city riding, without needing to wring its neck.
Makes sense. Usable power is key for this kind of bike, and transmission.
It's a 6-speed, and it comes with a quick shifter, up and down shifts, clutchless.
Ah, nice. Becoming pretty standard, but always welcome, especially for touring. Less fatigue.
Exactly. Helps performance, sure, but mainly comfort over distance. Then there's the suspension. 43mm inverted forks up front, horizontal backlink at the rear, and both ends have that semi-active damping.
Okay, that semi-active suspension keeps popping up. What's the actual tangible benefit for the rider, like day-to-day?
So the big deal is adaptability. It's constantly reading the road and how you're riding, using sensors, and adjusting the damping in real time.
Meaning
It feels plusher, more comfortable on smooth tarmac. But hit some bumps or start riding harder, and it firms up instantly for better control. It adapts for you.
Okay, right. So it's like the bike is anticipating the road conditions. That's clever.
It's a pretty neat piece of tech.
Right.
Then brakes. Dual 310mm discs front, single 250mm rear.
Yep.
And importantly, cornering ABS is standard.
Cornering ABS. That's a big safety feature, isn't it? How does that work differently?
Yeah, it's significant. It uses sensors, like an IMU, to know your lean angle. So if you have to brake mid-corner, it adjusts the pressure front and rear to help prevent the wheels walking up while you're leaned over.
Ah, okay. So it helps avoid that stand the bike up feeling or losing the front. Adds confidence.
Definitely adds confidence, especially in tricky situations. Weight-wise, it's quoted at 271 kilograms wet, which is about 598 pounds.
Not light, but expected for a big tour with all this kit.
Pretty much par for the course. Fuel tank is 21 liters, that's 5.5 gallons. Should give decent range. The source suggests maybe 300, 350 kilometers, something like that.
And top speed, not that it's the main focus, but...
Around 200 kilometers or 124 mile an hour. Like you said, less about hitting VMAX, more about effortless highway cruising ability.
Gotcha. And the dash, modern display.
Yep, full color TFT display, plus Bluetooth connectivity through Kawasaki's Radiology app. And it comes with hard pannier standard, 35 liters each side. Option for a top box too. That LT in the name usually means light touring or signifies those included touring goodies.
Okay, solid spec sheet. Let's dig into some of those features more. That TFT display, just a screen or more to it?
It's more than just looks. The review highlights the sharp visuals, easy menus, but the integration is key.
How so?
Through that Radiology app, you get turn-by-turn navigation right on the dash. Plus, call notifications, music control, keeps your phone in your pocket.
Right, that integration sounds genuinely useful, especially on a long trip. No fumbling with a phone mount.
Exactly. Convenience factor is high.
Let's circle back to that semi-active suspension again. The review mentioned an aha moment with it adapting. Can you maybe describe that feeling?
Okay, imagine you're on a smooth highway.
Okay.
The ride feels compliant, comfortable. Then you turn onto a B road, maybe a bit bumpy, potholes.
Yeah.
The system detects that instantly and stiffens the damping. So the bike stays controlled, doesn't wallow or bounce around. It just happens underneath you. You can just focus on the ride, the scenery. Effortless adaptation, really.
That does sound like a game changer. No stopping to fiddle with preload or damping clickers.
Precisely. Then there's the other electronic aids, cornering ABS we mentioned, and traction control. How does TC help here?
So traction control is watching wheel speeds. If the rear starts spinning way faster than the front, like on gravel, or if you're too aggressive on the throttle, it steps in. Reduces power slightly, maybe a touch of brake just to help regain grip. It's another safety net. Works alongside the ABS. Gives you that extra confidence, especially when leaned over or conditions are iffy. Confidence seems to be a recurring theme here. The quick shifter too benefit for long rides. Is it just about speed?
Not just speed, no. Think about how many times you shift on a long day. Using the clutch constantly can actually get tiring.
True.
The quick shifter takes that away for upshifts and downshifts. Yeah. Smoother, less effort, just makes the whole touring experience more relaxed, conserves your energy.
Okay. And the riding modes? Sport, road, rain, rider. How much difference do they make?
Quite a bit, actually. They adjust throttle response, traction control levels, even the suspension damping on this bike.
So sport is sharper throttle, less TC intervention.
Exactly. Road is your balance default. Rain softens everything, ramps up the TC for slippery conditions, and rider mode lets you mix and match settings to your own taste.
That customization is good. And the luggage, 70 liters standard with the panniers, that's pretty generous.
It is. Having integrated, secure storage from the factory is a big plus for touring. No messing about with aftermarket racks immediately.
Definitely. And wind protection, always crucial on the highway.
Yep, the aerodynamic fairing and adjustable windscreen are highlighted, reducing wind noise, buffeting. It makes a massive difference to fatigue over a long day.
For sure. Cuts down on that roar in your helmet.
And the review also mentions the overall build quality. Says it feels premium aluminum frame, nice finishes, feels substantial.
Shifting gears slightly, let's talk design and comfort. Definitely looks the part, that adventure-ready design, muscular stance, dual LEDs.
It's just the aesthetic, yeah. And those LEDs aren't just for show, much better visibility at night. Plus that adjustable screen we just mentioned is a big comfort factor.
Color options were black and a white-black combo.
Metallic spark black ebony and pearl robust white metallic spark black, yeah. Both look pretty smart,
right?
But ergonomics are key for comfort.
Absolutely. How's the riding position?
Described as upright. Generally better for long distances, less strain on your back and wrists. Handlebars and pegs are positioned for a balance between sporty feel and relaxed touring. Good visibility, too.
And the seat. That's often the make or break for touring comfort.
Supposedly wide and plush for both rider and passenger. Seat height is 820 millimeters, which is reasonably accessible for this class. It's mentioned it might be narrower at the front, helping shorter riders reach the ground.
Yeah, standover height is always a consideration. That 820 millimeter isn't super low, but manageable for many.
And the aluminum frame comes up again, contributing to handling. Meant to offer agility on twisty roads, but stability at speed.
Okay. And practicality, again, that 21-liter tank for range. And it's apparently not too unwieldy in town either.
Seems that way. They're really pushing the versatility angle. Not just for epic trips, but usable every day, too. That's the Versys philosophy, really.
Let's dive just a bit deeper on the engine performance. 118 horsepower, 79 pound-feet. But that low to mid-range focus, why is that so good for touring specifically?
Well, think about overtaking or pulling up a hill with luggage and maybe a passenger. You want that power readily available without having to drop 2 gears and scream the engine, right?
Yeah, definitely. Less effort, smoother progress.
Exactly. That strong torque in the typical rev range makes for relaxed, effortless riding, less taxing over hundreds of miles.
And the smoothness, the review mentions minimal vibration.
Yeah, that's a big comfort factor too. Less buzz through the bars, seat, pegs means less fatigue. Numb hands are no fun on a long trip. Advanced fuel injection and exhaust design help achieve that refinement.
Right. And the quick shifter, again, reduces fatigue. Seems like a recurring benefit.
It really is. It's not just a gimmick. It genuinely makes the physical act of riding easier over long distances. Smoother, quicker shifts with less effort.
And highway cruising. Sounds like it excels there.
The review points to that combination. Effortless speed holding, good wind protection, decent range. Makes munching motorway miles less of a chore.
But it's not just a highway drone, right? still capable on fun roads.
Apparently so. That balanced performance is key. The frame, the adaptive suspension, they're meant to provide agility when the road gets twisty, not just straight line stability.
And the electronics back that up. TC, ABS modes.
Yeah, they all work together to provide that safety net and control, whether you're cruising or pushing on a bit. Enhances confidence across the board.
Okay, let's zone in on the tech integration, that TFT display. More details.
Beyond the basics, the customizability is a plus. You can often choose what info is displayed most prominently. And the auto brightness feature is small, but really useful. Always easy to read, day or night.
And the radiology app? Navigation, diagnostics, calls, music, that's quite integrated.
It is. The idea is to keep you connected and informed without being distracting. Having nav right on the dash is a big win for touring, especially in unfamiliar areas.
We've talked about the semi-active suspension a lot, but the review emphasizes how sophisticated it is, constantly monitoring, adjusting.
Yeah, it's processing a lot of data: wheel speed, suspension stroke, lean angle, braking force, throttle position, and making micro adjustments to damping constantly. It's trying to find that perfect balance of comfort and control for that specific moment. Pretty advanced stuff.
And the safety systems, just to recap. Cornering ABS for braking while leaned, traction control for preventing wheel spin. Becoming must-haves, really.
They really are, especially on bikes with this level of performance. They help manage tricky situations, provide an extra margin of safety, not a replacement for skill, obviously, but a very valuable backup.
And the customizable riding modes are part of that tech suite, too, letting you tailor the bike's character, plus the quick shifter as an electronic aid.
Right. It's all about using technology smartly to improve the experience, comfort, performance, safety. The review even mentions TPMS tire pressure monitoring.
Oh, that's useful.
And adaptive LED headlights that adjust the beam angle as you lean, lighting up the corner better at night. Lots of thoughtful tech included.
Okay, the source had a helpful FAQ section. Let's run through a few common questions. Top speed, around 124 miles per hour. The point being, it's more about cruising comfort than outright speed.
Exactly. Plenty of power in reserve for highway speeds without straining the engine. More than enough for real-world touring.
Horsepower, 118 HP, seen as smooth, tractable, good for both fun rides and touring. Again, versatility.
Yep, seems the power delivery is well judged. Enough punch to be exciting, but manageable and comfortable for long distances.
Hard panniers, standard on the LT. Confirmed. Big plus for touring value.
Definitely adds to the ready-to-go appeal right out of the showroom.
Suitability for beginners. The consensus is more for intermediate to experienced riders.
Yeah, given the power and weight, that seems sensible. It's not necessarily intimidating, but probably best with some miles under your belt already.
Semi-active suspension. Recapped as boosting both comfort and performance. That dual benefit keeps coming up.
It's clearly a major selling point. Adaptability is the key word there.
Quick shifter benefits reiterated. Smoother, easier shifts, less fatigue on long rides.
Check. Definitely enhances the touring experience.
Fuel tank. 21 liters, range around 350 kilometers. Good balance.
Seems like a practical compromise.
Yeah.
Decent range without making the bike overly bulky.
Cornering ABS, highlighted again as a key safety feature. Peace of mind.
Represents a big step forward in motorcycle safety tech for sure.
Long ride comfort. Generally good thanks to screen, seat, suspension, but seat height, 820 millimeter, is something shorter riders need to check personally.
Absolutely crucial point. Ergonomics are personal. Always best to sit on when possible, especially regarding seat height.
And finally, that brief comparison with the BMW R1250 GS. GS more off-road bias, maybe more torque, but Versys offers smoother engine, lots of tech, potentially better value.
That seems to be the takeaway, a fair comparison highlighting their different strengths. The Versys looks positioned as a very refined, tech-heavy, road-focused adventure tourer.
Okay, so wrapping this deep dive up. The 2025 Kawasaki Versys 1100 SE LT emerges as, well, a really versatile machine, powerful, comfortable, loaded with tech.
It really seems like Kawasaki tried to hit that sweet spot, balancing the performance side with genuine long-distance practicality. Makes it a strong contender for lots of different types of riding.
From epic tours to just, getting around town.
Exactly. A compelling blend of features and capability for riders wanting a premium experience, maybe without needing extreme off-road jobs.
Right. So here's a final thought for you to chew on. Given this blend of tech and touring capability we see in the Versys 1100 SE LT, what innovations do you think are next? What becomes essential for the ultimate long-distance bike? And could new tech further blur the lines between different bike categories? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.